Hey now, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. All right, you guys, it's budget time and I do want to apologize, first of all, for being late and second of all, for being late with the budget. So here's what I had every intention to do. I had every intention, sister, coffee is on the table. Every intention of doing the budget on the budget day. Well, for some reason, it just, I don't even know, went off my mind. Something didn't, I don't know, my time wasn't working out exactly to planned it. And for some reason I didn't get it done. And then I kept pushing and I'm doing the 40 days of love. And I was like, okay, well, I'll do it on Saturday. Well, last Saturday, I ended up having to go somewhere with my sister and we were supposed to go early. And then she texted, she's like, hey, I'm still at work, can't get out yet. And I wasn't even home at the time. So I was going to text her and say, hey, I'm gonna be late. And then ended up, by the time I got home, I was going to film, she was ready to go. And we ended up staying way later. Then I had a 40 days love. Then it was Sunday. Then it was, the week again. So I was like, well, I'll do a budget update. I can do it really quick. And it just never happened. So again, I apologize for being late with the budget video. I am still jumping in. I'm not hiding anything. I just couldn't fit it into my schedule. And then I was supposed to be here at 3. Well, my kids did a surprise for me, and I'm going to show you the surprise. And I was trying to work with that, and it took me longer than I thought. So I had to punt and do something different. So anywho, I'm going to show you guys. If you've been on my Facebook or my Instagram, you've already seen this. If you have not been on my Facebook or my Instagram, hey, you missed it, but that's okay. I'm going to bring you in right now. So let me just text Shakema one thing. Okay. And so anywho, I'm ready to share the budget. Y'all chime in. Let me know who you are and where you're chiming in from. Let me know who's watching, because I'm always interested in who's watching. And then I got to go to the video so I can watch the comments when I switch over. Okay. And I am live right now. Oh, there I am. Okay, very good. Now I can watch myself and us at the same time. Okay, so my birthday was this past Wednesday. Thank you for everybody that wished me a happy birthday. I appreciate that so much. I was telling my sister earlier, I don't know how people do this all month celebration. I'm not a celebration person. I didn't grow up having birthdays. I mean, parties and stuff like that. My grandparents didn't do it. My parents didn't do it. I don't remember having a birthday. I don't remember having one birthday ever until I got into my older age, about 40s. Probably when I was 40, I did my first birthday celebration, and that was at church with friends. And we were all there for a church event. So and then after that, I think people have gotten together with me to eat dinner or something like that. But outside of that, hey, ma'am, how are you, Miss Robin? Good to see you. Outside of that, I don't remember having birthday parties. So anywho, the kids messaged me. They said, hey, mom, your birthday present's going to be late. We forgot to do it, blah, blah, blah. It was fine. I'm not a gifts person. Gifts are not my love language. I like them, but they are not my love language. And so I said, well, that's perfectly fine. Whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it is perfectly fine. And so yesterday, I saw that it was a box here. They said it's not going to be there till the 12th. And I was like, oh man, okay, well, whatever. I mean, perfectly fine. It's fine. Well, yes. So then a box was here and Alana was like, Mom, I don't think that's it. I said, well, my name is on it. She's like, oh, okay, well, open it. So I opened up the box and y'all, this is what was in the box. Okay. Ready for it? You ready? Ta-da! My brand new computer from my kids. And so I was going to try to I was going to try to use my new computer for this live, and it was you got to do all the updates, imports, and all the other stuff, and it was just taking a long time. So I said, well, let me jump on the old computer, film this video, and then I will I would start using that one at a different time. So I've been trying to save up to buy a computer for a long time. One of my subscribers several years ago sent me a gently used computer because they had gotten a new one. Factory reset it, all the things, sent it to me, and I started using it. Well, I heard about a family that needed a computer desperately, and I had this old one that I had, plus the one that I had just received in the mail. And so the Lord just laid on my heart, you pass that one along. It was touch the screen and do all the things. I was like, you know what? Okay. But if God says to pass it along, then you pass it along. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You just pass it along, and it's perfect. And so I did that. And it's been a couple of years. I've still been using this one. I mean, the arm is hanging on by a thread. I never close it, because if you close it, you're not sure if it's going to open back up. I can see wires on the inside, just Lord Jesus. But I've been using it faithfully, and I've been trying to save. And then every time I save, something comes up and I need to spend that money on something else. Fine, this still works. I have to stay plugged into the wall, but it still works. So I'm not complaining about it. But just the fact that my children got together and thought enough of me to get me a computer for my birthday was so very blessed my life. Well, we had an idea. I'd had an idea because sister's computer was going bad. So at Christmas, I said, well, what if we all got together? Because she didn't have a Christmas list this time. So what if we all got together and got sister a computer? So we ended up getting, so everybody chipped in a little bit, and we got sister a computer. So she got hers. Then Jackson comes home last week. No, he didn't even come home. He texts us in the group chat, the day you get a free computer. And he smiles, and I'm like, okay, I don't understand anything of what you're saying in this group chat, but whatever. Come to find out, he had signed up for a program at school whereby which they could request a new computer. They get Chromebooks to use, of course, at school, but some kind of program that they could request to get a new computer, and he has a new computer. So in the span of less than 60 days, Jackson has a new computer, sister has a new computer, and mom has a new computer. And I was sharing that in the Titus 2 group this morning, how when you're faithful, right, the Lord will always make sure you have what you need. He says, now unto him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly. Because I was going to get sister's old computer, which really you got to stay plugged into the wall for that too, because it's just so on the last legs, and just try to use that because at least I can close it. I can't even close this old computer. And lo and behold, the kids came through for me. So it really worked out. I was very blessed by it and all the things. So we're jumping into the budget. Things have been coming in and going out. There are some updates, things that are changing for next month, which I'll need to tell you guys about. Look at God. You know what I'm saying? He did a thing. He did a whole thing that I never could have imagined it. We never had, all three of us had new computers at the same time. And the last time the kids had a new computer had to be, Jackson's 11th grade, had to be about 7-8 years ago when I got them homeschool computers that one summer because their dad had sent money and they both needed, probably longer than that. The year Jackson needed a computer was 3rd grade, and he's in 11th grade now. So it's been about that long since any of them even had a new computer because I got homeschool computers. And so here we are, and we're able to start off this new year. I mean, I can do all my ministry stuff, all my videos. Not that I couldn't do it on this one, but it's much smaller. I can, when I travel now, I can take my computer, not just have to depend on my phone, because I was depending on my phone and I don't have Restream on my phone. So I can't stream to multiple platforms at a time when I'm on my phone. So now I can actually pack this in my carry-on bag, have my laptop with me, and I'm able to, it's just going to be such a blessing to have it with me on the go. And I'm thankful for that. So, okay. budget. It's February, short month, but lots of things are happening. And so let me go through. And actually, when I got paid, this was the first paycheck. So I got paid the 30th of January. That was the first paycheck since the 30th of December, right? So I had not been paid all that time, which is perfect. We were fine. We had all the things that we needed, but it's a new month. Always glad to see new money, new month, all the things. So I'm going to share with you my budget sheet so that you're able to see what I'm seeing. And we're going to walk our way through the numbers for, now I absolutely can do all the things, and trying to do them with excellence. I can actually get now some type of, video editing software, even because it has a terabyte of storage memory, whatever you want to call it, RAMs, all the things, potatoes, tomatoes, all that, right? I can even get video software because right now I edit on my phone, but maybe I can do that and maybe make the videos a little better. I'm not promising on that. I'm doing the best I can right now, but that's where we are. So let me turn my camera around, show you a few things, and then share my screen, and then we're going to just jump in and talk about this budget. All right. So here's my budget sheet for February. Now, my pay did not go up, but there are some things that are happening that are going to be affecting the budget moving forward, right? So my payroll deposit for the month of February is $3,390.32. That's pretty base for me. It's what typically I tend to get. We haven't had bonuses or anything like that. I don't get my supplement until the April check, so you won't see that there. I have had a kid's deposit, just one, and it came in that lump sum of the $368.42, which is traditionally not traditional, but I can't determine how they split up child support. I could get it all at one time, and that is just what it is. And so I just live my best life and keep moving forward. All right. Now, one mom revenue. Now, this revenue where you see here, $992.66, is not from this month. That was revenue that I got last month, right? So when I get paid, usually it's about the 22nd, 23rd of the month. And so instead of adding it to my January check moving forward, my January budget, I'm just going to add it to my next month's budget, because it's really, I've already paid those bills, right? So I'm just moving it for the next month. So that money is from several different sources. I have several different platforms on there. My biggest platform was YouTube, and that was from December, right? So we usually run about a month behind. So my December views got this amount of money. It was almost $600, not quite. And typically, I don't make a ton of money on YouTube. I enjoy the platform. I love doing the videos. The lives work better for my schedule at the moment. But, I love my YouTube community. And unless the Lord tells me to do something different, I will be out here doing content for you all. And so, but I carried over that pay since it didn't come to like the 23rd, 24th, somewhere in there. I just carried it over a week and put it in the February. So I hope that makes sense. It came in January. It was for December. So I just carried it into my February budget, which that's where my January paycheck is anyway. Okay. I didn't have any travel reimbursements this month, but I will have one for next month, or maybe the end of the month, because I actually have a meeting on Monday. So if I go to my office in the morning, because my meeting's not till 11, and I leave my office, head to the meeting, then I can count mileage from my office to the meeting and from the meeting back to my office. Now, if I just leave my house and go to the meeting and then come back to my house, I can't count mileage because that would count as my school of the day. But I'm going into the office in the morning and I'm waiting until it's time for me to go to my meeting at 11, and then I will travel over to the meeting. And so I will be able to claim travel for that particular portion. Unexpected gifts, blessings, and funds transfers. Didn't have any of that. That gave me a total of $4,751.40. Very good, right? Absolutely. Now, here's where some things are going to be changing in the next month. My mortgage is $957 and some change, 73 cents, something like that. I currently pay $1,000 because 2 years ago, the Lord told me, Shakema, go ahead and pay it ahead. That way you're getting some extra towards that principal. It's not a ton. It's like $42.23 or 27 cents, something like that. But that still has, doing that over the past 2 years has brought my mortgage down a ton, honestly. And so I just pay a little bit extra towards that principal every time I have something extra to pay. I know it would be better if I could pay it in 2-week increments, but that's not how my paychecks works out. I get paid once a month, and so that's how I do it. Now, my utility bills, back to the mortgage, right? So the mortgage is $957, but I pay $1,000. So my escrow comes in, and I am $1,600 short on my escrow. Now, one of the things that I'm trying to determine is, because I had to switch insurance companies midway through for some reason or other, and I've had to do this before. They send me a check for what was, overage or whatever didn't get paid, whatever. And then I, in turn, send that check back to the mortgage company so they can put it back in my escrow account. I've had to do that before. Well, when it changed last year, same thing. And I think that check was for about $1,600. So I don't let anything sit in my account. So what I did was I took the check, deposited into my account, and immediately went online and paid an escrow payment of $1,600. But I'm wondering, because it seems like that escrow just didn't catch it or something. That has to be the question. But my sister said her mortgage went up again as well. So we think that because of where we live, and it is exploding with growth, and it is exploding with property taxes and all of that, like they just did a bond for property tax to go up again. That's why the mortgage went up. My mortgage is now going from $957 to $1,122. In the 9 years I lived in this house, I've never paid a $1,100 mortgage. Never, ever in life. But I will be paying that for the next 12 months starting in March. Or I can pay the $1,600. I just believe that our property taxes went up so much that this is just where we are, because it already had increased last year, and then I think it increased again this year. This county that I live in is growing by leaps and bounds as far as taxes, and so you just have to pay for it. My utility bill was $221. Typically, I stay around the $160 mark, so we were about $60 more than what we typically are. And the reason is we had that cold snap, right? We had a little bit of cold. We had a cold weather snap come through here. We had snow. We had all the things. I am anticipating next month's bill to be slightly higher because that cold snap hit us out of nowhere. And while I try to keep my heat low all the time, if you cold, put on clothes. It was just that unit was just working so hard to just keep it at 66, 68, because I put it down to 66. And I was like, look, let me tell you something. If you cold, put on clothes, we can all get in one room. We got a little heater. We can all be in here together. But I am not about to be letting this machine just run and have all those bills. So it is about $60 more this month, and we'll see what next month has. My water bill was $86.90. My cell phone bill, I typically count about $100. That's $50 for Jax, $50 for me. But this time it went to $87. Now I'm at like $33 and some change, $34.05, whatever. But Jackson's bill was $50. When we look on the family group, Jackson's bill was more expensive than everybody's. And he's 16. So I ended up calling Verizon. I said, what is going on with his bill? Why is his bill so high? And she's like, oh, he has the premium program plus of all of America, whatever the case is. I said, ma'am, Jackson is 15. He don't need all that. We need text, talk, data. That's it. Unlimited text, talk, and data like everybody else. So she got him situated. So that should bring his bill down to $27 next month. I had to pay this month. But next month, that should bring his bill down to $27. And mine is right at about 33, 4, 5, somewhere in there. So we shouldn't even be paying $60. Now, the other thing that I have to think about is I need a new phone for filming purposes. I can upgrade my phone for another $13 a month, $14. Do I want to take on that expense is what I'm trying to weigh right now in my heart. I can do that without causing anybody else any problems with their phone bill. It will not be applied to their phone bill, just mine. And it's only about $13, $14 more dollars. So I'm thinking about it. That would take me to about 45, 6, 7, somewhere in there, which is what I was paying in the very beginning when we first got the phones. So I'm not missing anything as far as the payment is concerned, but I will get the better use of a better phone, and I will get more storage space because storage space is what I need. Right now I have 256 and it's not enough. Even the 512 wouldn't be enough. I was trying to get the 1 terabyte. I'll take the 512 because it's twice what I have now, but I film so much content and I forget to delete everything, or I have to end up deleting everything. And that's a little frustrating because I can't save anything. My internet was $98 for some reason. I think they might have incurred me a little bit of a late charge, or it might have even went up. I don't recall. Sorry, y'all have to adjust this pillow behind my back. Oh, there we go. I don't recall, but because the first of the month was on a Saturday and I went like 2 or 3 days, I was trying to get to Monday to pay the bill. It was $98. Household sinking funds, I have not synced that yet. It's $50. I typically try to sync my sinking funds for household because you never know when something is going to happen or you need some additional something for the house. And so I always generally try to stuff that one. Miscellaneous, I did have to spend $79.12. Jackson needed a new mattress cover. For some reason, it looked like his mattress cover wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. And so I bought him a new mattress cover. His pillows were disgusting. Threw away all the pillows, bought him 2 new pillows. I think I got something else for his bed. I can't remember. I picked up a couple candles. I love candles. And so it all rounded out to be about $79. Lawn care for Mr. Jerome was $120. I have $120 from last time. And so he's coming over to do a yard project for me, moving some of my trellises and different things like that, and getting us all set up for the new garden season. So I did pull out cash for Mr. Jerome. My recycling renewal, pest control, and yearly spray, I've already sunk those funds out of the one mom revenue, right? I do some sinking funds out of that revenue. I paid the utility bill out of that revenue. I didn't even pay the water bill out of there this time. But typically what I do is just try to pay as much as I can out of that and move forward. Okay. Moving down. My Amazon Prime, I paid that one. PureFlix, I haven't paid that one yet. I need to. Healthways Gym has come out. Jackson's Gym has come out. Federal taxes. So out of that, whatever was up there, I take 15% of that and put it into the tax fund so that I can afford to pay my taxes at the end of the year. Jackson got his high school sinking fund, but we had to spend that money, right? As soon as I put money in, it has to come right back out because Jackson. So Jackson is in a thing called mock trial where he is playing the role of defense attorney. And so he needed shoes. He's also going to a cooking competition at a very prestigious school. And he needed black pants. He needed no slip shoes, and he will get his chef coat from the school. They'll supply that. So I ended up having to go and buy the shoes, and we ended up getting 2 pairs of shoes. And I'm like, Jackson, I can't afford 2 pairs of shoes. Let's find something that's versatile enough to wear to both things. And so yesterday I ended up taking those shoes back and finding one pair that could fit for both those events. And they're really nice shoes. They look nice, stylish, and fashionable, but he can wear them for cooking, and he can also wear them out if he needs to wear a business suit as well. So that I did. All right. New camera. I did not put anything in that fund yet. Netflix. Okay, I do have to put in my Netflix because that did come out. We got a lovely note saying, thank you so much for being a Netflix member since whatever, your bill is going up. You know, always got to start with that niceness. Then okay. So it's going up to like $17 and some change. It's $16.54 now. It's going to be $17.99 or something of that nature. Excuse me. And so, but it came out already for this month. So I just need to put that in. Groceries, $350 so far. Summer groceries was $100. Monthly preps was $100. And then I still have another $100 that's going to come out for Azure Standard, right? I did my Azure Standard order. That order probably should have shipped by now because it will be here on Monday. And so it's going to be about $100. Eating out, holidays, and entertainment. Sister had a birthday. So Jackson and I celebrated sister at home one evening. She wanted pizza and wings. We got pizza and wings. And then the next few days, Sunday, we actually ended up having my sister over, my niece and nephew, and then our friend who comes. And I bought cake and different things for that meal. So all of that was around sister's birthday. I didn't plan anything for myself because it was perfectly fine. Personal care. I actually ended up shaving this down back to 100. I don't think I did 150. I think I just kept at 100. Maybe I did 150, and I don't remember. So my nails, Jackson gets 2 haircuts, is $100. The extra $50, I probably put it in there because it was birthday weekend and I wanted to get my eyebrows done. I wanted to get these chin hairs off my neck, you know, so I just gave myself a little bit of extra there. The P.O. box is $17. I haven't funded that yet. Doctor, dentist, etc. I generally don't have a lot of doctors or dentist bills, but I had been having some pain in the lower bottom of my mouth for about 2 years now, maybe a little bit longer. And I've been telling the doctor, they keep taking x-rays, they didn't see anything. Well, I couldn't eat on this side of my mouth. And so I was like, y'all, listen, I'm about to go out of town to a pastor's conference. I can't get somewhere and have pain and not be able to get back to my doctor because I'm going a far place. So I went in to have it evaluated. It's $187 to have it evaluated. So my flex benefits, right, roll in January. So I just had to wait till January so I would have enough money on my card that I could then go and get this all taken care of. I ended up having a root canal. And my flex benefit card is $750. So I was short $5. So that entire bill cost me $755 to get done. Without the insurance, it was well over $1,800. And so I'm thankful that I had the money, you know, that I had it on my card, and it only cost me really $5 out of pocket. Recreation, entertainment, vacation, that's $85. I have no idea where I'm going, but I'm going there. And I have no idea why I put money in there because I don't have a note. But okay. Jackson, I gave him $50, and then Gracie and Queenie, $95 has been spent. They still do need heartworm, heart guard, and flea and tick meds, or there's some Simparica Trio, which that's going to probably run me about another $85, but I do have money in the dog account, right? They do have their own money. that I save for them. Moving down, gas was $200. I went ahead and put 50 of that into the envelope, but I'm at $225 as far as gas is concerned. 200 I pulled out in cash just to have it spread out. And then $25, what did I do? I bought some more gas because I just seemed like I needed it. My oil change is $20. License, repair, tires, repairs, any of that type of thing, $16. And then license, registration, car insurance is $145. And then my registration and car insurance is about $7. So I already put that at $152, but I only did the $145, which covers the insurance. So every time insurance comes due for the month, right? We pay about the 6 months, but every month I save something so that when the 6 month comes, we have it all put together. So what I'm going to need to do is next week, move money from sisters into mom's, move my money from I have a special account just for car insurance. So I'm going to move it over to where sisters is, and we'll just pay the bill. She pays half, I pay half. Technically, most of that bill is hers because she is an inexperienced driver. And so our insurance rates went up when they added sister. I pay a very reasonable rate because I've been driving a long time. That's the only reason. So I just told her, I said, to keep you from having to pay it all, we will split the bill. And so it's going to be $876, something like that. $872 each, I think, or 76, I can't remember, for each of us to renew our insurance, which went up again. It was $1,600 when I first did it. Now it's $1,700 and some change. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me, y'all. This is a lot. It is expensive to live here and drive a vehicle. All right, moving down to miscellaneous, tithe and offering, $697 already this month thus far. If I get $1, my church gets a dime. The other church gets a nickel. That's just how I do it. St. Michael's or FAM, I did $337. And then for savings, so far I've only done $32, but that's okay. Giving us a grand total of $4,495.03. I have about $256 left in the account. But remember, I still have to pay for Azure Standard, and I haven't paid for that yet. So because I haven't paid for that yet, that is going to come out of that $256.37. Okay. Any questions on the budget sheet? Any questions on the budget sheet? So again, I try to be as truthful as I can. I try to write down and mark down everything I know, just because I want to be mindful of what I'm spending. It's imperative at this point to be mindful because my mortgage is going up almost $200, and I don't have a say in that. It is just the way it is. I live where I live. The property taxes are just high, and I can't get out of it. So I know that somebody asked a question last month. Okay. Asked a question last month about what happens when I no longer receive child support. Am I going to, how am I going to make my payments? Right? How am I going to make all the things if I don't? And here's what I know to be true, right? I could, and I thought about this very clearly, because that's a lot of money. That's a large jump from 957 to 1122. That's a huge amount of money. So I thought, okay, well, I'll just make Alana pay money for living here. That's the first thought that comes to your mind. That's going to help take up the slack. She only has to pay just a little, just whatever the overage is. And then I was like, it's my honor to have her here, not for her to help me pay my bills, right? I remember working and having to help my mother pay bills. I don't want that for my children. So my only alternative for being able to make my bills do what they need to do without my children's help is to do what I do now, which are my social media platforms. I make money on those platforms. I'm able to sustain, I'm able to help it. There's enough there that's able to help cushion us without child support. However, the way the sound gone? Somebody tell me. Y'all tell me if it's anybody else tell me if the sound is gone, because I don't have anything on my side that says. Okay. My microphone is still showing. So y'all let me know. Somebody let me know if, or maybe Miss Lisa, go out and come back in. Try that and see. Oh, well, I don't think you can hear me if my sound is out. Oh, you can hear me, Miss Ollie? Okay, very good. So Miss Lisa, maybe try going out. I mean Miss Robin, thank you. Oh, okay. Sorry. Oh, hey, Miss Cece. So now it's not in sync. This is why I have a new computer. Do you see? See how God want me to be blessed? Sorry, y'all. Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to get Jackson picked up. He's doing mock trial this morning. Hey, ma'am, how are you? Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Okay. So, what was I saying? So, my job now, perfect. Thank you. My job now is just to make sure that I'm doing the social medias, right? And how you can help me is to just watch the videos, like, share, whatever, whatever you've been doing, just keep doing that. And I'm just going to keep working different little platforms. I actually, out of all the platforms, I was not getting anything on one of them, and I do pretty decent over there. Well, about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I got something from them saying that I was invited into their program as well. So now on all of my platforms, I have the ability to make income. I just have to put forth the effort to do all of the things. In addition to that, just today, I got another thing from one of the platforms that I think so. I think I am paying that. And I probably shouldn't be at this point. I almost think so. I should go and look and see. My sister's very good at mortgage stuff. I'm going to ask her. She knows the things. But I do think I am. I don't think anything changed with all of when I first bought the house to now. I'm going to ask my sister because she knows things that I don't know. Anywho, right. Yeah, I'm going to ask her because I don't think I should be at this point. I should be past that because I've never missed a mortgage payment. I've never been late. I've always paid my mortgage. We paying the mortgage around here. We're going to have somewhere to live, period. So I just, so in addition to that, I'll ask them because, and that came up in my thought process. Maybe I'll ask my real estate agent because he's my friend. He's a good friend of mine. I was thinking something. Anyway, I'm gonna work that part out. But they asked me also, like, it's almost like memberships. You can do memberships on there. And so they allowed me to do that. It wasn't that I wanted to do it. They just said, hey, this is open to you now. It's like on certain platforms, they open up things to you at a time. And when you get to a certain point, then this next thing opens up. And so I just put it on there. If anybody wants to chime on in and come over, that's perfectly fine. And if they don't, it's perfectly fine. I just know that I'm not going to tax my children. I'm just not going to do it. I had to help my mom. I don't want my children to feel burdened about. Alana doesn't make a ton of money. She works her job every day. She does it amazing, but I'm not going to tax her, in the sense of, you got to pay me rent so I can make my mortgage. I can make my mortgage just fine. In addition to that, child support is for the support of the child. And while Jackson is here and will be here for the next 3 years, we will gladly take that child support and use it to support the child. Jackson lives here. Now, all my bills are paid by my paycheck. So what I do is, if there's money, when the money comes in for child support, I then try to put it to other things. Groceries, usually gas, because that's what we need it for. Jackson needs stuff. He needed a lot of stuff in December. He needed a lot of stuff in January. I'm buying more stuff in February. He actually has, and I'm going to be putting up a thing. Now, nobody has to feel obligated to do this, but I do like to help myself if I can. So Jackson is going to a cooking competition at a very prestigious college, not here in our general area. He actually has to go there. And so I'm going to try to be raising some money for him. So I'm going to do one of those calendar things. If anybody wants to donate, like if you pick the 25th, you donate $25. So I'm going to do one of those. I'm late on that too, y'all. Just late. Because I really didn't know. We didn't get a lot of upfront notice. No worries. That's the Restream is. So I have a computer program that I use that helps me to stream out to different platforms, right? And so, and I probably need to put it on here because I pay for it. I pay for that. So I can stream this video on Instagram, on all my social media platforms. I can do it all at one time using one program. I can select which stream I want to go out and which ones I don't want to go out. And so it just helps me, instead of having this computer and my phone up here and something else over here and my iPad, and I'm trying to do all the things if I just put it in one. So it's not very expensive for the plan that I have, but it does help me to stream out to all my social platforms at one time if I so choose that. And so I like that better, because before I was trying to film here and I had a camera up here and I had something over here and an iPad over here, and you're trying to look directly at the people, but you got 14 cameras. And so it was just a lot. So yeah, but that's what I'm going to do, is just work towards moving towards in my social media. And it's perfectly fine. Some months are better than others. Some months I just squeak by. And I'm thankful for whatever the Lord will allow me to have. I'm in a series now called The One Thing a Day. I did the 30 bags in 30 days, although I didn't do all 30 bags. I did 24 bags. And my time just got away from me. When I'm doing the 40 days of love, I pretty much can't do anything else except prep for that. And I'm teaching every night. Typically, those nights that I'm not on, I can film multiple videos at a time. Garden season is coming up, so I'm doing a lot for that. I'm trying to get the garden together. We got garden videos coming out, a ton of videos coming out, but I wanted to do this first to get this out, and then I'll do some other stuff. So I'm working hard over here, trying to make sure that my children do not have to worry about me. But when child support comes in, I'm going to use those funds to save. I save for Jackson. I put money aside for Jackson every single month. If for some reason sister needs something, and I know people will say, well, sister's not on child support anymore. I get that. My allotment has not changed, no matter how many kids I have. And I believe that is on purpose, because if it changes, that means we have to go back and evaluate income, and income may be different than where it was before, and my payment would go up. So I think we just leave it the way it is because nobody wants anybody in their business. And I'm fine with it. It doesn't bother me. But because I didn't get as long with sister on child support as I will with Jackson, if she needs something, I'm just going to buy it and it's fine. Her dad sends the money. He does very well for them. In addition, she just had a birthday. She got an envelope. He sent something extra outside of, that's their relationship is perfect. But I don't want them to have to worry about the mortgage. The mortgage will be paid no matter what I got to do to pay it. And I just keep putting videos out and it works. So again, you can help me by watching the video. So back to Jackson. I'm sorry, my brain skipped the thing. So Jackson's going to that competition in a few weeks, right? And then if he does well there, he has an opportunity to go to another competition, and that's going to be even more money. So I got to come out of my pocket with even more money in just a few more weeks. So if anybody is interested in wanting to sponsor Jackson, help Jackson, I will post a little calendar thing, and you can just pick a date, and whatever day you choose, that's how much money you would donate, and I'll put my Cash App there. You don't have to do that. It's perfectly fine because I'll just take the money that dad sends and I'll just put it towards that. It's no problem. Jack's always going to be taken care of. The kids are always going to, my kids will all, if I have to wear rags, my kids will be taken care of. But the Lord has blessed us. And again, I'm able to post different places, and all of those places now will allow me to gain some type of income. Usually what ends up happening is when I very first start, my earnings are very low. Like I had a goal to meet on this last platform. It was $25. I didn't make the $25. Hey, no skin. You just keep trying for the next time. That's how I look at it, because on another platform, I was able to make some and it worked out very fine and it's all good. So there that is. You know what I'm saying? I've tried not to worry about the mortgage and all those types of things because life is good, and I'm gonna live my best. I'm gonna live my best life with the kids and myself because we can, and it's just amazing. We cut back here, we cut back there. I don't need to buy any groceries or whatever the case is. We're perfectly fine on all of that. So I just want to make sure that we're good on that, that everybody knows the kids are fine. We are all good. I'm not behind on anything. I don't owe anything. I don't have credit card debt laying out. I don't have anything of that nature. I did put my pastor's trip on my credit card and paid all of that because I had money in my account to pay it. I had to rework a thing, and so I just put that on Friday, and I'm waiting for that to post so I can go ahead and pay that out and be done with that, because I do not plan to carry debt. I just don't plan on it. I'm not using my credit card for that, but I am using the credit card to earn the points, right? So I'm trying to earn points I actually use 95,000 points to stay at a hotel when I go to the pastor's conference. So that helped me out as well, right? So I'm just doing all the things that I can. And then I'm going to just keep working this platform. I just said, hey, Shakema, just keep doing the YouTube. Just stick with it. Eventually we'll get to that point where maybe it can be a full-time income for me. I'm not there yet. I still got to work every day. I don't make enough to cover my groceries. I don't know how other people doing it. I know it's with thousands and thousands of views, but maybe my content is not interesting. That is perfectly fine. Hey, ma'am, how are you? So anywho, y'all, I have got to go to a church thing. I've got to go to a church thing. My sister and my niece, nephew came over and helped me in the garden a little bit. We do have garden footage for you. And so you'll be getting that. I actually have a reel that's coming out, and I'll post it on the community tab, because what I learned is that most times my reels come out, none of my subscribers are notified that the reels come out. I mean, it's just not a thing that they do. It's in the thing, but maybe you don't know it's there. So they said to take the link and put it in the community tab, and maybe people would watch them from there. I generally get pretty decent views on my reels, but they're not subscribers. They're usually just random people that are, scrolling through. So anywho, there it is. Oh, did I tell y'all the ending budget? I don't think I did. Let me go back and make sure I tell y'all the ending budget, because I think I skipped off from that to $4,495.03. $256 is left in that budget for the month. Again, I still have to pay for Azure Standard because I haven't done that yet. But outside of that, everything else is covered. Everything else is covered. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't forget to mention that because my brain was going in a few different places. So there it is, you guys. If you'll do me a favor and like the video, share, subscribe, follow, whatever it is that you do on your side, helps us. Netflix is going up. The mortgage is going up. Yeah, I said all those things. Did I miss anything? Shakema, did you miss anything? I'm not sure if I missed anything. I have a trip coming up. Jackson has 2 trips coming up. And if he does well at the second trip, then he will be able to go to qualify to go to Disney. If he goes to Disney and they place first, second, or third, then the county will pay for them to go to Disney. But before that, we have to pay for this first trip, which that's what it was. Did I put 85? Did y'all see $85 on there somewhere? I had to pay $85 for Jackson to go to the trip. I don't think I put that on there, but $85 came out for him to go to the trip. And I just used child support money for that. When that $386 came, I just used money for that to pay for his trip. So now I just have to pay for food. And he has his little card. He has his cash card. So I just have to put money on there for that. And then outside of that, it's only a short trip. It's just one day, and then they'll be right back. The next trip will be a couple of days, right? And so he'll have to have money for that. And then Disney will be for a couple of days as well, if he gets to make it to that part. So anywho, there that is. The budget is done. Thank the Lord. And as things continue to come in, we'll just continue to update on how things are going. I may need to add in some of my other business expenses, my internet, my website, the Restream, the Google Meets. I pay for that for my memberships. We did have a meeting today. So if you're a member and you don't have the meeting link, let me know. I will give it to you. We have a meeting room that we use twice a month. So those little things just kind of add up over time. It is time to file my taxes. I do have tax money saved. And so what I'm going to do now is go ahead and get all my paperwork together. I made a little bit less last year in socials than I did the year before. So I'm prayerful that I don't have to pay too much taxes back because I didn't make I made about a quarter of what I made the year before. Totally fine. I saved the money. I have it there. Jackson's doing extremely well. If you didn't see, I posted I think I posted a video, a picture of him today. If you didn't see it, it is on my Instagram and it is on my Facebook. So if you didn't see the picture of him ready for his mock trial, then check it out. He's such a growing boy. He's going to do track again. And so we're just hopeful that it all works out the way it's supposed to work out for us around here. Anywho, you guys, I got to go get ready for church. And there that is. Thanks so much for stopping by. If you liked the video, don't forget to share it. Don't forget to subscribe. And we will see you guys the next time. Bye, y'all. Bye now. Thank y'all for joining me.